Buenos dias, mi amigos. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Telo'S World on Real Yardman TV and also on Telopath TV. Hope everybody is doing great today. I just start off the morning with some motivation. First, before we actually just get into a few things, I'm going to do it's a live interview, you know what I mean? So yeah, got the devil at work, we have to burn them out this morning a bit first, you know? While I sip my peppermint tea. You can check this out on SoundCloud. It's my boy Lil Tizzle, featuring myself, Telopath. Yes, Chris on my blood. I ain't no chemical fraud. Just cause your blood applause. Talk about business of course. Now it's the time we enforce. Then I'ma get to the source. Cause I'm turning the whole. Life is so crazy. Why I don't got babies. I'm off for my lady. Oh yes, tomorrow. Vida Lounge. Oh my goodness. Check me out at Vida Lounge, you know what I mean? Performing that Paper Chase, my new single with Swag City. So much stuff going on, I forgot about that. So Vida Lounge tomorrow. DC. Oh yeah, and the 12 Pure Lounge, you feel me? Make sure you come out to Pure Lounge. Shout out to Jag Money, you feel me? He always had me from day one in the DMV. So if you say come out, I always show out. You feel me? No matter what, that's my broski. So shout out to him. So like I said, the 10th, I'm in Vida Lounge. The 12th, Pure Lounge. Catch me. Cause enough me think they real, sell me out like Reggie Reed. Watch ya. When me get locked up, would I swear it was a dream, but it was reality. Catch us a soul when you walk great. Nah. That's why me soul up from the day me get ready. Holy Yumpy and Joe go help me for me. So now forget me day once, now get me wrong. Now forget me day once, now get me wrong. Now me rising up for them, I say me I put a love to take me life in the middle of the night. So me step with the tech with militancy. Start move like a ghost do. Them a watch me. Oh man. Yes, people. I'm not showing on the screen again because I don't love to see it. SoundCloud, make sure y'all log in. Telopath, you feel me? Get the spelling right. It's on everything. YouTube, iTunes, SoundCloud, Reverb, everything is Telopath to make it easy. You feel me? Other than Facebook, that music page is Telopath, the one and only. Alright? So without further ado, we're gonna get ready for this live interview real quick. You know what I mean? I got Storm in the building, you know what I mean? Y'all know who she is, but she's gonna stay anonymous behind the cameras for today, you feel me? So, here we go. Who's ready? I'm ready. Everybody ready. Telo! So.
Okay, Telo. You've been killing the place lately. I have just a couple things to ask. Number one is every time I see you on air, you have such enthusiasm. Like, what is it that pushes you?
Wow, great question. What pushes me pretty much, it's just life, you know what I mean? I've always wanted to do music. I think I made up my mind probably by 15 and knew that's what I definitely wanted to do. What inspires me is my daughter, Shiloh Grace, my wife, Storm, and just the overall life that I've been through and struggles and pain, and knowing that I have so much people depending on me from where I came from, you know what I mean? Because I could be doing anything else, but they believe in me and have faith in me. So even when days that I feel like just throwing in the towels, you know, I might say it or complain about it, but it's never really a part of my actual thinking, you know what I mean? It's just of me venting because this is all I was put on earth to do, and I know that. That's my purpose on earth.
Well, that's good because a lot of people in life don't know their purpose on earth. So you have one up against everyone else. Another question is, who is Telo? Like, you're always saying it. We hear it in the song. We hear you spell it out. It's such a catchy theme. Who is Telo? How did you come about with that name?
Well, Telopath is actually a unit of David, and David is a unit of Telopath. Same way the Most High is a unit and vice versa. I actually got the name from a book called Chrysalids. I think it was probably 4th grade in high school. I was big on literature, so reading, somehow the main character's name was David, and he was seen as a telepath. For me, I kind of took to it because it kind of seemed like he had traits of myself, that didn't believe in bigotry. He believed in a different way. He believed in, you know, just having an open mind, that the mind is like a parachute. It can't work unless it's open. So before that, I had common names, I would say, you know, Dutch, or people used to call me Smokey from off the street because I gave it to someone and it kind of backfired on me. But I wanted something that was way more unique, and that when it actually stood for something, and then when you Google it, there would only be one and only. So I figured it was only right after a while to just stick with the name Telopath.
Good. I guess another one of the questions that I always kind of read comments about, there's Telopath, and obviously that's your stage name. But yourself personally, who is, you know, everybody knows you're also David.
Yes.
How do you separate the two?
Great question. Separating the two sometimes is hard. But I would say David is that person you could talk to that is very loving, very caring, will give you his last dollar pretty much. But not a lot of people know David because Telopath already built up a wall, you know what I mean, like a defense, a block, so you could barely get to David unless you actually grew up in Jamaica with David, whether going to school with him, etc. So there is, you know, that difference in that line, but pretty much one of two and two of one, I would say. It's the same person. It's just that Telopath is more that alter ego that David is, but on a regular basis, it's not the right way to perceive or say certain stuff. So Telopath is that person that is just raunchy. He could say anything, do anything, and actually get away with it. The David is more that preserved person that's more humble, that will actually bite his tongue a lot of times, and people kind of just get it twisted.
Okay, that's interesting. Another another question that I know a lot of people ask, you're always performing. I feel like every time I turn on Instagram or Facebook, you're at some show. What would you say is one of your most embarrassing moments that you've ever had performing on stage?
All right.
Because everyone has them.
Yeah. My most embarrassing moment. I would have to say Queens, New York, Portuguese Recreational Center. I think it was probably March 24th of probably last year. Bought these nice Timberland boots, you know what I mean, saying I'm going to stun, you know what I mean. So I'm performing probably, I think it was my last track or second to last track. And somehow I go to the side of the stage, and because my pants were a little slimmer than the regular, there's some hooks on these shoes that somehow decided to clamp together today and almost made me fall head way first. I thought it was all over, y'all. Luckily, I caught myself. I'm not sure how I did it, but somehow I did it. You know what I mean? Flipping some hands or something. And I just remember looking over, and my wife was in the crowd too, and I just remember her looking and just shaking her head like, keep going. And that was my motivation and my cue to keep going, because I knew I was thrown off. My lyrics, everything at the time was just getting mumbled because it threw me off. So that would be my most embarrassing moment, if y'all never knew. The video's up on YouTube really, but probably edited, probably don't show it as much. But yeah, that would be my most embarrassing moment in probably life, I would say.
What you're saying is your shoes gave out on you.
Yeah, my shoes definitely, and that was brand new too. Don't get it twisted, brand new. So it happens, what can I say?
All right, Telo. I want you to tell us, now this is great that you just created this and you're giving everyone a morning message, but I want you to just kind of reach in and give us something to look forward to. Why should we continue watching your show? Like, what's the difference between your show and everyone else is out there? Why should I sit there and watch your show and put my time in?
Wow, that's mind blowing. Woo! I don't even know what to say. What's gonna make it different is me. I'm crazy, I'm wild, you don't know what to expect. Nothing is actually planned, scripted or written down. So this is actually live. You don't know what you're gonna expect. You can see Shiloh playing, come out, run out, crying right now. You're gonna be always in tune to what's going on next to, as for shows, videos, songs. So even right now, make sure you check out Beautiful. That is actually for my wife, my family, Shiloh, Grace, Storm. So I'm gonna put a sneak peek and give you a reason why you should always check me out too and listen. I'm not gonna say too much. There's no singles on SoundCloud right now.